Hola, me llamo Warren. Bienvenidos a la clase. Today I want to talk to you about the final interview and the different questions that could possibly be on the final interview. We will hold this interview over WhatsApp with real-time video so I can see you and you can see me. But for now, what I want to explain to you are the different questions and possibilities. It's not limited to this because it's the same patterns, all right? But, so we have la entrevista final, final interview. And I will ask you, you end up calling me on WhatsApp, and I will say, to start with, hola, ¿cómo estás? Hi, how are you? And here in the purple would be an example of what you might answer. Yo estoy bien, or yo estoy mal, yo estoy excelente. And then you would say, gracias. ¿Y tú? Thank you. So I am fine, or I am bad, or I'm excellent. Thank you. And you? ¿Y tú? ¿Y tú? Next question. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? And you would answer, yo me llamo, and put your name there. So if you ask me, ¿Cómo te llamas? I'd say, yo me llamo Scott. Because that's what I often use when I speak Spanish, because Warren sounds so horrible to the Spanish-speaking ear. Or I might say, yo me llamo Warren. And the next question, ¿cuántos años tienes? How many years do you have? And you would answer, yo tengo, and you'd put the amount of years, and años. Make sure you say años, like I mentioned before. So I would say, yo tengo 55 años. Años. La próxima pregunta, the next question, ¿de dónde eres? From where are you? Or in English, we'd say, where are you from? All right? Because many English speakers who learn Spanish, they talk about how Spanish is opposite to English. But guess what? Spanish speakers who learn English say, English is opposite, all right? So that's okay. ¿De dónde eres? And you would say, yo soy de, and then you'd put where you're from. So I would say, yo soy de Utah. But probably for most of you, many of you will say, yo soy de Ocala, Florida, or yo soy de Florida, or yo soy de Pennsylvania, if you moved here, if you immigrated here. I'm going to ask you, ¿dónde vives? Where do you live? Where do you live? And you would answer back, yo vivo en. So for me, if you asked me, ¿dónde vives? I would say, yo vivo en Williston. And really, I probably would say, yo vivo en Williston, El Campo. In the country, in El Campo. In El Campo. So the next question, and it's not going to go in this order necessarily, all right? But anyway, ¿qué te gusta hacer? Hacer means to do. What pleases you to do? What do you like to do? And you could say something, well, you could say anything you want about what pleases you, but you need to say, me gusta, and then you have all sorts of possibilities. Leer, escribir, mirar películas, watch movies, play video games, jugar videojuegos o juegos electrónicos. But you need to be able to say at least 3 things that you like to do. And I may ask you something like this. ¿Te gusta hablar español? ¿Te gusta hablar español? Does it please you to speak Spanish? And you need to respond either with a yes or a no. And just like in English we say, no, I do not, and we shorten that to no, I don't. You need 2 no's if it's the negative. So you would say something like this. Sí, or no, no. Sí me gusta hablar español, o no, no me gusta hablar español. And I might ask you, ¿te gusta pasar tiempo con tu familia? ¿Te gusta hablar? No, ¿te gusta pasar tiempo con tu familia? Does it please you to pass time with your family? Does it please you to spend time with your family? And I'm having to talk to my daughter and let her know. That's why I'm signing no right here. American Sign Language. All right. All right, so does it please you to pass time with your family? And you would respond that, and it could be pasar tiempo con tus amigos. Amigos would be, or animales. And you would say, sí, or you would say, no, no me gusta pasar tiempo con mi familia. O mis amigos. O mis animales. So, ¿te gusta pasar tiempo con tu familia? Sí, me gusta pasar tiempo con mi familia. ¿Te gusta pasar tiempo con tus animales? Sí, me gusta pasar tiempo con mis animales. You need to wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Go sit down. My daughter doesn't like being told no. Okay. It's her birthday tomorrow. 32 years old. All right, so no me gusta pasar tiempo con mi familia. No me gusta pasar tiempo con mis amigos. No me gusta pasar tiempo con mis animales. Tiempo means time. Time. And then I might ask you something like this. ¿Cuántas personas hay en tu familia? ¿Cuántas or cuántos, depending on what comes after, so us and us, if this was a word that ended in os, it would be cuántos. If it was singular, it would be cuánto or cuánta. All right? ¿Cuántas personas hay en tu familia? How many people are there in your family? And you would say, en mi caso, hay 8 personas en mi familia. Hay 8 personas en mi familia. So this would mean there are 8 people in my family. Now, if I said to you something like this, ¿tienes familia grande? Do you have a big family? If I was responding to that, I would say, sí, tengo familia grande. And I'd go on to say, yo tengo 9 hermanos. And I would say, yo tengo 5 hermanas y 4 hermanos. So I come from a family of 10 children, and I have 5 sisters and 4 brothers, 5 and 5 of us. Es una familia super grande, ¿no? Y yo tengo, I would also say, yo tengo 6 hijos. I have 6 children. I have 6 children. And then I could specify if I wanted to and say, yo tengo 4 hijas. Yo tengo 2 hijos. So I have 6 children. I have 4 daughters, hijas. Notice the H is silent, right? So we don't want to pronounce that H. Y yo tengo 2 hijos. I have 2 sons. They're all grown up. Fancy that. The youngest is 21 and the 2 oldest are 32 years old. All right, so here we have como se llama. And I want you to make sure that you look at family vocabulary. I think it's in chapter 3. So if I said, como se llama tu madre, for example, o tu padre, o tu amigo mejor, o tu hijo, how does your mother call herself? How does your father call himself? How does your best friend call himself? Or if it was amiga, call herself? Or how does your child call himself? Or how does your daughter, your son, call himself? How does your daughter call herself? And you would say, mi madre se llama, en mi caso, Darlene. Mi madre se llama Darlene. Or I could say, mi padre se llama Darwin. Or mi amigo mejor se llama Art. Or mi amiga mejor se llama Wendy. O mi hijo se llama Shiloh, por ejemplo. All right, so if I ask you, ¿cómo eres? This is different than ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás is how are you doing? But ¿cómo eres means what are you like? And you did an assignment where you wrote down the answer to this, okay? So go back and look at your past assignments to get ready for this and practice speaking out loud. And you could say something like, yo soy simpático. If you're a man, I am nice. Yo soy simpático. Or if you're a woman, yo soy simpática. Yo soy amable. Friendly. Notice that this ends in an E, so it's not gender specific. Only if things end in O's or A's are they gender specific. So, yo soy amable. I am kind. Or inteligente. Intelligent. Yo soy inteligente. Yo soy inteligente. Yo soy trabajador or trabajadora. I'm a hard worker. And you could list and practice listing this with, instead of commas like I wrote on the board, saying y, which means and. So if we replace all the commas with y, yo soy simpático, amable, y inteligente, y trabajador. Y trabajador. Okay, so all of those questions that I just showed you, these examples, are in the present tense. But now I want to move to the future tense, all right? And so we're going to do these in future tense now. And this could be a question. ¿Qué vas a hacer el sábado? Remember, we don't ever pronounce that H, right? ¿Qué vas a hacer? And listen to how this is. Since it's a together, it's not ¿qué vas a hacer? That would be English. In Spanish, we just link both of these together. ¿Qué vas a hacer el sábado? That's what makes it sound like it's going so quickly when people are speaking Spanish. And I'm not saying that people don't speak quickly in Spanish, but for us who are used to speaking English, it sounds like super fast because all these are hooked together. Que va a ser el sábado. El sábado. And you would say, and we could put any day of the week in there, right? Que vas a ser el lunes, el martes, etc. You would say, yo voy a dormir mucho, as an example. I am going to sleep a lot. Yo voy a dormir mucho. Or you can say, yo voy a leer. Or you could say, limpiar. Leer, to read, limpiar, to clean. Mi casa. Yo voy a leer. Yo voy a limpiar mi casa. Yo voy a hablar con mis amigos. Yo voy a estudiar. Yo voy a comer mucho. Yo voy a ir al restaurante. So I'm going to study, I'm going to eat a lot, I'm going to go to a restaurant. I don't know what you're going to do, so you'll have to personalize that with the different verbs and language that you have studied for this class. So here in the future, if I said to you, ¿cuáles son tus planes esta semana? Which are they, your plans this week? ¿Cuáles son tus planes esta semana? What are your plans this week? And you can use those phrases that you used in one of your first assignments. You can use voy a, of course, just like in the last example. Or you can use yo quiero, yo necesito, yo debo, okay. Yo quiero, I want. So if you say, yo quiero trabajar, I want to work. Or yo necesito estudiar, I need to study. Or yo debo, and all the rest of them that I listed in the previous assignment. You can use any of those plus yo voy a to get yourself into the future. All right, and then finally, we have the past tense. Obviously, you will need to have done the assignment from the previous video where I introduced you to the past tense, the one that talks about present, future, and past. What is it labeled, Shai? Do you remember?
Past, present, future.
Past, present, and future. So this means that you are armed or equipped with the ability to talk about yesterday, today, and tomorrow, the past, present, future, which means that you have a lot of skills, all right? So I could say something like, ¿Dormiste bien anoche? Did you sleep well last night? Or ¿trabajaste ayer? Did you work yesterday? Or I could say, ¿qué hiciste? And then we could put any day of the week in here, or any month of the year, or just say week. We could say, ¿qué hiciste la semana pasada? What did you do the past week? What did you do last week? Or what did you do el lunes pasado? So all the days of the week would be pasado. Semana is feminine, so it's pasada. But all the days of the week are masculine. So pasado, el lunes pasado, el martes pasado, el miércoles pasado, el jueves pasado, el viernes pasado, el sábado pasado, el domingo pasado. So you could put any days of the week there. I could say something like this. ¿Qué comiste anoche? What did you eat last night? And you would say something like this. Yo comí, and this is the truth, yo comí un burrito anoche. I ate a burrito last night. Fancy that. If I said something like this, ¿qué comiste ayer? What did you eat yesterday? I could say this too. It's truthful. Yo comí pizza ayer. I ate pizza yesterday. It was just a day of comfort food. You know what I mean? Or if I said, ¿hablaste con tu familia? Did you talk to your family? You would say yes or no, right? And if it's yes, it's sí. Or if it's no, you have to do two no's, because just like we do in English, no and not, right? No, no. Hablé con mi familia. Or sí. Hablé con mi familia. Sí, hablé con mi familia. O no, no hablé con mi familia. All right. So study, obviously, everything that you've learned during this semester. It's been very, very brief. And I look forward to talking to you live and giving you your final interview. Muchas gracias. Ciao.